So hello folks, welcome to this live coverage from the National Television Service of the Liberia Broadcasting System. We are somewhere around the 6th Street area where the Ministry of Public Works is at about now demolishing structures to give way to the main Tottenham Boulevard route to create various routes for easy access across the city center. So one point is the 6th Street area. This route from the main Tottenham Boulevard route is creating an easy access for motorists to connect with the Jalastan main road. So just intermittently, we will be bringing you this broadcast because from there we will be heading for another street along this route. But let's take you through so that you can see what exactly is unfolding. Some of the avenues around here were actually built upon, so the Ministry of Public Works is trying to say no. This time around, you have to give the road a chance so that motorists can have easy access. So if you can see here, some of the folks have already begun carrying out self-demolition exercise here. So not exactly waiting for the Ministry of Public Works to come in. They are doing it all by themselves. So if you look here, you see majority of the cars are trying to make use of this side of the road. So this will give the main Tottenham Boulevard route an easy access. But yes, all of these places, as you can see, you have people who built shops along this route, but they are doing it now all by themselves, making sure. And it will interest you to know that this place used to be a wood shop just right along this main road. It used to be a wood shop, but now since the Public Works served the notice, folks around here are actually doing it all by themselves, making sure that they can take some of their properties out of the area before the machine comes in. So yes, we are bringing this broadcast intermittently to tell you what exactly is unfolding in the city center. So we moved a little bit so that you can see that around the 6th Street area, just around the insurance company of Africa from the Tottenham Boulevard route, this route is actually connecting from the main road coming to the Jalastan area, because you cannot have a country whereby folks have many streets across the city, but you cannot access them only because a few handful of people will build on the alley and expecting that government will move in and compensate them for some of the structures that they erected on the government or the street, so to speak. So yes, this is a laudable one from the Ministry of Public Works, and I'm told there is another one around the 3rd Street area. So right after here, we will be moving to the next spot to give you a clearer view of what exactly is happening. I'm told 4th Street, 3rd Street, there you have similar thing going on. So we just thought it was to give you an understanding about the demolition exercise that is ongoing by the Ministry of Public Works to create easy access for pedestrians, motorists across the city center. So there's a 6th Street, and from here we will be going over to 4th tier, where the Ministry of Public Works actually move in and try demolishing some of the structures that were actually built in the right of way and on the alleys, preventing motorists from accessing both the Tottenham Boulevard and that of the Jalastan Road. So I'm here with my colleague Yasa Suba, and jointly we are bringing you this coverage. So from here, 6th Street, we'll be moving over to 4th and 3rd to give you another view of what exactly is happening. So however you're watching, we say thanks for watching. And this is the time whereby we have a major. So if you look here on the left, you see like the rooftop of this building was actually coming as far as the road. And so they managed to cut the portion that was directly on the road. So let's see if we can show you the portion that is connected to the Jalatan route, and then we go back to where it connects with the Tottenham Boulevard main route. So somewhere around the 6th Street community is where we are bringing you this live coverage on national television. It's Ayesin Yiba and Yasa Suba jointly across the city center. So just yesterday, we saw this is where this alley is actually connecting to the Jalastan route. So you want to come a little bit and see what I'm talking about. And already you have a whole lot of cars flying this route. So if you see, you want to understand the reason behind this exercise, because this is a one-way street. So if you are coming from the Tottenham Boulevard, this could be another alternative for you, just in case you are experiencing traffic on the main route. So this side of the road is the Jalatan route, and now you have motorists plying this road. So take for instance, you are on the Jalatan road and you wanted to just connect with the Tottenham Boulevard main route. You can just use this route from the 6th Street end and just connect right in front of the Insurance Company of Africa, where we're going to be going again to show you where this road is connecting with. So there should be alternatives in the country whereby you allow every motorist to have access on the road. So you don't have to inconvenience me to leave from the 6th Street belt to go as far as the Jalastan area before getting on the main road. So it should be optional as to whether or not I want to connect from the Insurance Company of Africa to the Jalastan main route. That should be optional. It should be optional. So looking at the level of development that is coming in the country, the Ministry of Public Works cannot hold back. They cannot hold back by allowing folks who knowingly erected structures on the alley or on connecting streets within the city center. So this is not possible in modern day Liberia. So this is why the Ministry of Public Works is doing this, and this is coming at a time where the Ministry of Public Works has embarked on the The pavement of roads across the country and also some of the potholes along major routes are also included in the plan from the Ministry of Public Works so that you cannot have major road across the country. You cannot have major roads across the country in being in deployable condition just because you have few potholes along those routes. So it is better to save the road from future damages just by closing one or two potholes than to wait for years or months, and at the end of the day you have to do the entire road over and over again. So this is 6th Street, and this road from the Jalastan area is actually connecting with the Insurance Company of Africa on the Tottenham Boulevard route. So let us go in front. As soon as we can show you the main road, then we will conclude this broadcast quickly. So folks, we are making our way gradually on the main route, the Tottenham Boulevard route, and you can already see vehicles are also using this. So just as you will leave from the Charlatan area and want to connect to the Tottenham Boulevard main route here in Sinkor, you can just use this route. And one thing that will obviously be good is for the Ministry of Public Works if they can do a concrete pavement or an asphalt pavement to just connect this portion of the road so that it can be a better one instead of cars accessing this place on this road as it is. So yes folks, as you can see, this is the Tottenham Boulevard main route here in Sinkor, and this is around the 6th Street area. So yes, it's very easy to connect when you don't have people building in the right of way and also building on the alley. So we'll bring this broadcast to a closure, and then we'll be going to another location to give you live coverage. So thanks for watching. My name is Aisin Liba and my colleague is Yasa Super. Thanks for watching. So welcome again. Like we said, this is a street by street broadcast. So we just like 6th Street, where the Ministry of Public Works demolished some of the structures along the street there, talking about the land side of the street. So now we are around the 4th Street area. As you may be aware, we used to have a whole lot of structures here. Some have cook shops, as you can see. The tables are still here, and you have folks who are actually doing money exchange business right around here, and you have another folks here who was also engaged into the fixing of shoes, repairing shoes, umbrellas, and what have you. So, but this should be the way whereby citizens in the country can have easy access to all of the streets across the country. There should be optional where a driver want to leave from the Tottenham Boulevard main route to just branch off on the 4th Street area to go as far as the Jalastan area. But in years past, we have had this issue whereby people will knowingly build on major streets across the country and making it very difficult for folks to access the city center. So we are here and bringing you this broadcast and telling you that, well, in the coming days, majority of the streets across the country that were actually built upon, where people erected structures on those streets, will now be accessible to the public. Because why? The Ministry of Public Works is not sleeping, is not allowing citizens to go about doing things their own way. So let's move in gradually and give you a look of the road now as we speak, since the demolition exercise started. Now, this is a free street that is accessible to the public and that motorists are now using. If you look down there, you see there should be another street from the 4th Street area, and they should be connecting the Monrovia City Hall, or if not the Satan football field there. Once you use this route, you're going to get connected to the Satan sport pitch. But just see here, you see you have a whole lot of things on the wall. So just to tell you that, well, you have people who were actually residing here, and some were actually even making this place their home, because you can see, like you look here, you see tire, broken pieces of tire all here. You see bags all here, just to tell you that people were actually complacent and they felt relaxed that they have gained their property and that they could build upon the property and do whatever they want to do. So you see here, yeah, shops, business centers were actually here, and now they are no more. So the folks here were even venturing into agriculture so that they could plant potato greens, because they saw the place as their home and that they could do whatever. So, but now this place is actually clear, and we will move to the Jalatan portion of this road to give you an understanding about how exactly this place is like. So you see from this side, from the main road coming as far as this portion, you have kitchen all along this place. Folks were actually here building upon this place, and as you can see here, the machine moved in here and started the process of demolishing some of the structures along this route. So come along as we show you some of the works. So from this side, a lot of homes got affected by the exercise. So you see, we continue to see that folks here actually built on the main street or the alley, if you may. So you can see here that this place, if I want to suggest or guess, might have been a bathroom for whoever may have had properties or structures right here. So all here you see the foundation mark from this portion going as far as the ending of the wall. And this place should be connecting the Jalatan, community and going as far as the main road. So you see here, this house actually got affected by the exercise, and here you have another one that was also touched by the exercise. So come along gradually. But some of the folks, after the exercise, have started to rebuild, because the portion that was actually cut or demolished from their property have to be rebuilt. So you have folks bringing in bricks to try to connect their homes once again. But now this place is actually accessible to the public. So another one is this portion. But there is also why this place is being connected to the Jalasan Road. There is also a huge part of garbage right here. So you want to see in the city center that you have folks paddling garbage upon garbage right here on 4th Street in the nation's capital, Monrovia. It will interest you to know that we can have folks residing here. Yes, and this is supposed to be a major, a major street in the city center, 4th Street. But here you have huge pile of garbage along this route. So this portion was another home that was also demolished by the public works machine. So we will bring you all the way and so that you can see the portion of the road that this street is linking up with. So all here you have properties. People built here, and this is the main street, but you have people who built their property here. And this is a new era in Liberia that the Ministry of Public Works has embarked on. That no one builds their property, whether knowingly or unknowingly, on the main street or on government property, and be allowed to go with impunity. So yes, for this side of the road, I think folks here did not build because this place is like a wetland or a swamp area, so they didn't build on the stretch of the street linking the Jalatan main road. So, but from here going as far as the main route that connects the Jalatan road to Sinkor from this 4th Street angle, you have properties all along this route. And so the machine had to move in to get rid of some of the properties. So folks, like we told you, this broadcast is a street by street broadcast. We just left 6th Street and here we are around the 4th Street area where the Ministry of Public Works is giving easy access to pedestrians, motorists in the city center. But yet, we cannot have streets marked by the Ministry of Public Works and then folks who have their vehicles cannot access those streets. This is not called for. So this is the exercise that is ongoing, and part of our responsibility as a national broadcaster is to show you and tell you what exactly is happening. So there you have it. So what I've noticed so far is that this place in the city center has been consumed with a whole lot of dikes across the city center. So how you go about having a part of garbage in the city center? And that was actually done in the city of Monrovia, especially the 4th Street community. But you have different views from some of the affected residents who might see this as something yes. So look at the city center and you see huge part of garbage. You don't have the slanted talk to actually think that such garbage would have been found within the city center, specifically 4th Street, Sinkor Community. So yes, folks, this is it. And the Ministry of Public Works is not sleeping as they go about demolishing structures that were actually built on the main street. 4th Street is where we are. We just left 6th Street and Sinkor, and now we are actually in the 4th Street community, where similar exercise is being carried out by the Ministry of Public Works. So I'm here along with my colleague Yasa Suba, and jointly we are bringing you this live broadcast. So from where you see the building, this place was exactly the portion that was cut off by the Ministry of Public Works. And now that from this angle, it means to see that residents here are actually saved, because that portion was marked by the Ministry of Public Works, and the portion that was actually marked were being cut off and now given away for the folks here to actually build their property off the main road. So we say thanks for watching, and we'll be moving over to the next street where the similar exercise is being carried out for those who knowingly built on the street and were being told to remove their property. Some are doing it all by themselves, while others are actually waiting for the public works machine to move in to begin the process of demolition. And I think that belief is not actually good, because you might have some of your properties, valuable ones, within your structure. So if you sit and allow the machine to move in, well, then it's going to be bad on your part. So from the 4th Street community, where the Ministry of Public Works has embarked on clearing structures that were actually erected in the right of way, to have them removed to allow pedestrians, motorists to access the various streets across the city center. A few days ago, we were somewhere around the Sinkor community in district number 17, Maserado County, where similar exercise were carried out, and also another one was actually carried out around the Oro area, and all across the country. There is this massive demolition of structures from government-owned properties by folks. Some actually were squatting on government properties, while others are claiming ownership of government properties. And you can't imagine how you will have a country whereby citizens will want to go and purchase government-owned land. And they will even be showing you a deed to some of the properties they claim to have, acquired. Come to imagine this. Folks even in the Hotel Africa community or the Unity Conference Center are also claiming similar property that some of them actually paid for properties in the Hotel Africa area. So folks, we are moving over to another street to give you a look of the work that is being carried out by the Ministry of Public Works. This should be around the Moravia City Hall. Will actually connect to the Jalatan Mirror. So from 6th to 4th Street, 3rd Street, all of the streets along this side of the road will actually connect to the Jalatan area. And this is done in anticipation of easing traffic congestion across the city center. So my name is Aishin Liba, and I'm here with my colleague Yasa Suba. I will say keep following, because we're going to be coming to you from another street with similar exercise. Thanks for watching, and do have yourself a pleasant afternoon.